Welcome to the video notes for measures of central tendency in two-way data tables. This particular lesson this particular video is going to cover mean, median, mode, and range, and talk about how to find them from a data set. There will be another video over mean, median, mode, and range that will cover SAT style questions. That will be an entirely separate video. So, measures of central tendency. When we hear that term, we should be thinking of things like the mean, the median, the mode, and the mean absolute deviation, which we're not going to discuss because this is for an Algebra 2 class and is really more about covering the basics of statistics in preparation for the SAT. So, we're going to start by going over what are the mean, the median, and the mode, as well as the range, because those are the items that appear on the SAT. So the mean is the average of a data set. It is where we add up all of the numbers in the entire data set and divide by how many numbers there are. This is also, so you might see mean, you might see average. Those words mean the same thing. So over there on the right side there, you'll see a visual representation of this. Here we have a baseball team has played these other 6 baseball teams, and they've recorded the number of hits that they've had in each of those games, 3 against the Badgers, 6 against the Hornets, etc. So if we add up all of the numbers of hits, if we add up all of this data in this right-hand column, we add these up. Okay, that's what we're doing right here, is we're adding those up, which is 26 total. And there's a total of 6 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is our bottom number. So we do 26 divided by 6, which is just over about 4 hits. Okay, it's actually 4 1/3, so 4.3 repeating. But we would say round up according to whatever the problem is asking us to do. In this case, it would make sense to just say to the nearest hit, what is our average? We're averaging about 4 hits per game. The median is the middle number in the data set when the data is in order from least to greatest. This is also known as ascending order. So when we write out all the numbers in the data set in order from smallest to largest, the middle number is the median. Now that only works if there's an odd number of numbers, like this first data set right here. The middle number is the 6. It's the one in the middle. So your median there would be 6. However, if we have an even number, so for odd numbers of numbers, it'd be the top one. For even, there are 2 middle numbers. The middle is between 4 and 5. So what we would do then is we would average those 2 numbers. We would do 4 plus 5 and then divide by 2. Now many times when that happens, we'll have the same number in the middle, in which case that is the median. Okay, finally, the third measure of central tendency is the mode. The mode is simply the number that occurs the most often. So if we look at the data set here on the right, Mrs. Tate, whoever that teacher is, had test scores of 50, 50, 60, 90, 90, 50, 70, 90, 80, and 90. And what we've done there is we've taken that information and we've turned it into a dot plot. And as we see, there were 3 students that got a 50, but there were 4 students that got a 90. So our mode is 90, okay? Because that one occurred more than any other situation. So what do we need to be able to do with that? Well, we'll start here with example 1 from start to talk about the range. So range is where we find it's actually a measure of spread. It's not a measure of central tendency, but it is an important measurement, and it's something we should have dealt with in elementary school. All we really need to do is take the maximum value and subtract the minimum value. Okay, that's all we have to do to find the range. So if we look at the ages of the students in the set on the right, the maximum value is the 18, and the minimum value is the 11. So 18 minus 11 is what we need to do, and that gives us a range of 7. All right, so anyway, here is a data set, an example 1, and this will be the last slide that we cover on this video. It is showing us how many shots on goal different players took during a soccer game. We're asked to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range of this data set. So what we should do is we should start, I would always start with the mean personally. For the mean, what we do is we add all those numbers up, 6, 3, 9, 2, 2, 5, and 8. That is a total of 7 numbers, so whatever we get, we would divide by 7. Well, that is, assuming I didn't screw up my math, 35 shots on goal during this game, divided by 7 players, which means the mean is 5. To find the median, and well, you don't have to do this to find the mode, but to make the mode easier and to find the range easier, we should rewrite these numbers in order. So the data set written in order, there are 2 2s, a 3, a 5, a 6, an 8, and a 9. Okay, so from least to greatest, there's that data set. That means that when we're looking for the median, we find the middle of the data set. So the median, which is our middle number, is 5. Our mode is the number that appears the most times, which would be 2. And finally, our range is our maximum minus our minimum, which would be 9 minus 2, or 7. So that is more or less how we find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. Thank you for your time and attention. There will be a second video to discuss SAT style questions.